Hello, healthy tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 2 Tactics Plus Romhack with me, Blueankylo. I hope you're healthy. I'm feeling a little better today at least, so at least one of us is doing alright. Anyway, last episode, we did a big tier list. I spent a lot of time looking at our characters. I had a cool spreadsheet. Hope you didn't miss it. And then we sort of quick-ishly defeated the Prism Flowers. So let's just get on with things. But I haven't changed anything between episodes, so it's all good. I'm hoping Zinc shows a bit better next fight. But, you know, he's got a great movement. Maybe he's not that good, but... Anyway, here we got Geshp again, and an odd guy. Normally, there's a Red Baron, but today there's just some guy with like an eye patch or something. Yeah, he's got lasers and freeze and 500 hit points. So yeah, that's no joke. There's also evil Amazons now. I think that's new. Pretty high attack power. 170, just casually 170. Bishops, wizards, anybody else new? Oh, these guys look new. Cyclopses. Strong, but probably manageable. Might be the first time with Hellhounds as well. Lots of late game enemies here. These guys, I'm pretty sure, have a flame breath attack. Some kind of weird ruin over there. Alright, I think that's all we got. Let's just get to it. This map doesn't look too different than vanilla, so I'm feeling okay. Now, I did get rid of most of my boost rods, so I can't do free boosts very much anymore because I made room for other rods. I didn't actually check. One thing I forgot to check is repairing battle items. So it's been a couple days since I played, so I'm just going to first turn here. Every person that gets a turn, I'm going to double check if anything looks broken or cracked. Geralt does have pretty good defense now. Oh, also, yeah, Sarah's defense is pretty good. 128. That's with the boost, but, you know, not bad. Can't break rings as far as I know. We can use them to make ourselves even stronger. We didn't set up like a great... It's best to make like a nice little 5x5 or something to get lots of people boosted, but whatever. 4 will have to do, even though Kazan doesn't really count. But Zinc, yeah, he doesn't get any items or weapons really. I should give him a healing drop at least. Blue's got the Levanter, it's not broken, and his defense is decent. Staff of Earth is not broken yet. We could also do another attack up. Maybe we will. Oh, Luke already had it. Oops. The Trident, also not broken. Bit lower defense, so you want to keep these people a little bit more protected. Sumina doesn't have a Chaos Emerald, unfortunately. Elric. Doesn't really do much. I suppose we could... I don't know if I showed this off yet. I talked about it, but I don't think I ever used it. Magic Arrow. What does it do? It recovers MP. I don't know if it breaks. I don't even know how much MP it recovers, other than at least 10 or 20. It might be the same as the Fairy Ring, but it has a lower range, so it's kind of got a downside to it. I probably should have boosted or something with May there. I forgot. It's fine. It's fine. Geralt's doing a great job distracting everybody. Alright, they all moved and grouped up. Ah, there you go. The Engulfed Sword is cracked. Okay, so don't use that, unfortunately. Cool sword. Is that the one that does Blaze 3? That's too bad, because... No, I think it's Apollo. Because it's the range 3. Actually, I'm going to double check just because I'm... Nope, it's the Blaze 4. I think it's actually Blaze 4. Would have been really good this turn. Now well. Well... Okay, we don't do this very often. He does have a really cool thing he can try. Let's go, Luke. No effect. That's a fail. No effect. And 0 for 3. All right. Well, we tried. Okay, well, Sarah could heal people, or could... she doesn't have Blast, but she does have a way to get Blast. I don't know what level Blast this is. I don't really use Blast very often. I think it might be Blast 4, just because it does more than 40 damage, and Blast is kind of weak. So, overall, this adds a fair amount of damage, but... you know, we hit 5 things with it. That's gotta be decent. What have we got over here? We can summon... Neptune to target 1 down. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Hellhounds are weak to ice. They probably are. So I will... Well, she can also use the Goddess Spear to heal if I wanted to. But we'll show off a couple animations here at the beginning of the fight. Bad dogs over there. I don't know if that's Neptune 1 or 2. It's one of the things when they... I think the animation looks identical, right? So... but we can do... I think... This will do some significant damage, getting a big freeze level 4 off here. Yeah, there we go. 67. Ooh, critical hit. 98. Very, very good. Alright, that's pretty good. Those level 4 spells, if you can get them to set up, that's good stuff. Alright. So, maybe... Just go buck wild here. Let all the magic loose on turn 1. They're all... Enemies are nicely grouped up, so we might as well use it while we can. Bolt 4 doing, you know, nice damage. Wow, another crit. I wonder if lightning has like a higher crit rate. You know, it kind of feels like an element that might be more critty. Like fire might have a higher base damage, and lightning might do crits, and I don't know what else all the elements could do, but be an interesting way of trying to balance things. Okay, let's keep Elric a little bit back. He's probably got one of the weakest defense on the squad. Zinc is currently in defense mode, so he should be safe. And Celeste can either heal or recover some MP. And anybody, well, we've got a few people who can heal, and only a couple people that can restore MP. Slade, right? I should have. Okay, this was a mistake, and I'm just a little bit foggy. Getting back into it. I definitely should have left him on defense with his Titan ring on. 86 defense is just not enough. And you can still move with the 8 movement and then switch it out, and it doesn't cost you anything. He could just use a healing drop to not die as well, so sure. We can certainly afford more of those at this point in the game. Also, we can do some boosting, you know. Someone got plus 75 defense. Well, he didn't get 75 defense because he's hit the integer cap of 255. I think that's the first time I've seen someone with max defense. That's pretty good. Cool. Alright, Sumina... Is anyone... Actually, I can't hit Blue. Blue did spend most of his MP. So I could not... cast Bolt 4 again, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm having fun just showing off some of our big stuff now. Big attacks. Okay, Luke's got pretty big attack. No one really needs healing that bad, right? Geralt, he's asleep, so it doesn't... Alright, let's just do some damage. Show off an animation. Pink wings, go. Honestly, 66 damage isn't that bad. Now, Zinc. If we switch, he just loses 100. So it doesn't remember that he should have more defense. I think the idea is the old circuit is minus 100 defense. So his base is 200. And then the boost spell ups it based on his base rather than his equipped amount. So that means he's really highly affected by boots. More than anyone else. Which is neat. I'm going to put Sarah here only so I can target herself with Aura and make sure all the people I want to top up are topped up. There you go. Elric can get far enough to hit this guy, so he shall. Slade. After we kill these two guys, there's like nothing else to do. So it's fine to take off defense and just rush them, I think. What's this guy got? 80 HP. Let's... I think Aura 1 or Atlas 1 is enough. I think it's going to leave him with like 10 hit points. We don't actually have like a offensive spell for free on Celeste, but she can... She also doesn't have any single target spells, interesting enough. I think Freeze 1 will kill him though, so it's fine. Right, Freeze 1 does a lot more damage than normal. Alright, we're doing great. You can't explore this or anything, no? Just check. Okay. Everything's looking pretty good. I'll try to recover Blue's MP, maybe. Maybe on May as well. Maybe. Sumina. We could restore Kazan, I suppose. This is not a very hard fight, except for the boss. So, on the way down, no big deal. I think I'll send Luke out, who can fly, to go deal with that. Maybe him and like one or two more to go deal with the Hellhound down on the right. Elric's pretty quick through... Well, I don't know. Also, did you notice Zink's defense went down? It goes down a third of the boost every round until it's gone completely. This is something I didn't know until fairly recently. Both attack up and defense up, they give you, I forget the percent, but 20 or 30% of a boost of your attack and defense, respectively. But every round, it decreases by a third of the amount. So if you got a plus 30, it'd be minus 10 every turn until it's gone. It's a I don't know, secret fact. I don't think it's a secret, but I bet you not too many people are aware of it. Oh, is he still asleep? No, I was going to try out... I haven't tested this in a long time, but can you... Is it possible to detox sleep away? Because so far, detox seems just like the worst of all cleansing spells, only getting rid of poison, basically. But I don't know. Maybe it does work on sleep. Not the most annoying one. It should work. A certain level of it should work on paralyze or stun. Do we just rush? What's Luke's defense? 106. 20 damage on a normal hit. It depends on what his special attack does, but... Sure, let's just do it. Good start. Maybe Luke can just solo him. Alright, I can always heal him from afar with cheats. So Sarah... We're just going to have her do what she usually does and boost herself to draw their attack. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need Elric over there. Slade's fast. He doesn't have any range. Well, no, he sort of does. If it hit, that'd be nice. Yeah. I don't know. It was worth a try, I guess. Okay, we're going to just try to lure that wizard over. He's probably going to cast Freeze 4 on us. I mean, Blaze 4. But we're not going to group up for a nice attack boost, because that would be silly. We're just going to stay separated and safe. Is anyone... Just double check. Everyone's health is good. Maze is fine. I think we haven't really taken any significant damage, so... All is well. Nah, Blaze 4 probably could kill Zink with a crit, oddly enough. We're going to let him come to us. Well... Yeah, we're going to let him come to us. I'll let Geralt catch up a bit. Check for MP, I suppose. Sure, it doesn't really matter, but... Also, Celeste is possibly in range of getting blasted by a Blaze 4, maybe. I think it does 70 damage or so by default, but... Alright, Luke actually got 2 turns before the Hellhound got a turn, so... Sometimes the turn order does favor us. Let's... I would like Sarah to keep getting XP. There is a reason I'd like her to get a few more level ups by the end of the game to show off a neat trick. 60 damage against Blue, that's not too much. And Slade can return in time because he's so fast. Nice. I love it when we get the insta-kill with Jizzarm. So cool. Let's keep Celeste a little bit further away from melee enemies. Over 100 damage. And we'll let Zinc totally one-shot finish this guy off. Yeah. Barely. You can also see we're not getting any experience. We are a little bit over-leveled because of the Prism Flowers. Okay, I think we can push forward now pretty safely. I want to keep Elric. Well, he's got pretty good HP, but I don't want to rush him down on his own too much, so that's fine. Timar. Yeah, she's fine. Let's just put her close enough to help out next turn. Blue's a little low. Low enough that... Okay, this bishop doesn't actually have blast. But 153 attack isn't going to work on Blue. He's going to lose like 10 defense from his boost wearing off. But that's fine. I don't care if he gets hit. Besides, I have a healing drop. It's really hard to remember when I've got all these things stacked up. There we go. Got the archer. I mean, we're crushing it. Let's not mince words. We are absolutely trashing this fight. That little grind, that little gigantic grind, certainly gave us a bit of a power up for this part of the game. Sure, whatever. Have some MP. Ah, it's running away! You fool! It just gives us even more time to group up. So I'm gonna... This is just purely for XP, really, for Sarah, to get 25 XP for basically nothing. We know that the bishop has pretty high attack power, but no offensive spells. So make sure we're in defensive modes, if possible. We can group up on this one if we want. And we could throw out some Chaos Emeralds. So I suppose the attack boost spell will do nothing on Zinc, because his base attack is nothing, interesting enough. So he gets really good from boost, but probably literally garbage from attack. I'm going to set up an actual attack up here for real. I actually did one on purpose, guys. I remembered. 5 people that are going to attack. Did you see that plus 57 on Geralt? He's very close to the attack cap. It's great. What else could we do to just become even more overpowered? Infinite MP. Full heal everyone for Aura 4 constantly. We can do it all. We can also just heal. Wait. Oh, he does have a ranged attack. Okay, that all went very quickly. So what happened? He has a Mage's Rod that he can use to have a range 3 weak lightning attack, which isn't very dangerous. Except that it also turns out that the evil Amazon... I don't know how she did 30 damage. Blue took a lot of damage. I was going too fast. Chaos Ring is supposed to give you the attack up spell. I don't know how she did that. Same ring, same name. I don't understand it. Anyway, it's not a big problem. Blue is, well, he's down nice amount of HP. Let's just I mean, you might as well just use Aura 4, honestly. But I'm going to use Aura 3 because I think it'll... Well, it actually didn't fully heal him. I thought it might. I saved 10 MP for nothing. Alright, Blue. Well, I think we'll be out of range of wizard and bishop. The thing, of course, is with bosses, as usual, they can get 2 attacks in a row, or 3 if they're really lucky. So that can always be a bit hectic. I think we want to kill the bishop first, and then chip down the Amazon. Although the Amazon is real strong, but that's a lot of hit points. So it's going to take some time. And maybe we want to try, like, the... Oh, the regeneration! Oh, that's such a nice thing. I forgot about that. I had the sword on that gives him regen, which is real good. I think Freeze 4 is the most damage we can do to 2 targets, yeah. Critical hit, 100 damage. Celeste. She can't... Well, I could spend a lot of MP, or I could... I'm trying to think of who could be attack upped and still affect anything. And I've got most of the group already. So it's basically just... I could give it to Luke, I guess, is probably it. Well, sure. Gotta be careful with Celeste. I put her in a pretty fragile spot. If we don't block the road with the Amazon over, like 83, 90 damage, yeah, she could get 1 shot, maybe. The defensive terrain might save her. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Zinc is definitely the kind of you got to remember what he does kind of character. Let's... So, like, the Goddess Spear, like, Tamar's basic attack isn't that amazing, but she does have access to Neptune, which is pretty strong. Especially on crits. Attack 2, sure, whatever. Alright. I think we just rush down. Yeah, once the archers get involved. Also, GG. We'll never know how she did AoE damage unless we pause the video and go back. But yeah, the archers, whew, they're pretty good. Alright, still got the Titan Ring. If possible, we lure the wizard maybe up. We need to be a little bit careful. Well, we need to be a lot of careful with Adler. That's a lot of really strong spells. Laser, I believe, is single target, super high damage. Magic damage, you know. So there's that. I'll put Geralt down here. Kind of 2 different options for them to split up if they want. Also, what Adler attack of 176 is not to be trifled with. Okay, I'm just going to edge forward a little bit to try to get that wizard to move up. Want to make sure Sarah's close enough to heal the people that need to get healed. Tamar, I'm going to keep behind Slade because she can fly to the forest. Zink is still in defense mode, but I don't trust to go fight everything on his own, so we're just going to leave him here. Blue, you know, GG if he dies, so keep him a little bit back. Celeste has basically no defense. And Kazin... not much defense either. Move like 1 square maybe? This is always a bit of a tricky one. Normally it's Lemon, of course, but this is a bit touch and go because I think Lemon had like a sword that had the 1-shot kill effect or something, right? I feel like I remember him getting, or I think he could cast D-Soul off of it. Something like that. So, you know, we don't have to deal with that, but Laser 3. I didn't even have a chance to slow it down. We just blink and he's dead. Heavy attack, 40 damage. Okay, this is not going great. We're just gonna attack. We gotta make a dent in these guys right now. Or else Adler is just gonna kill people. Okay, that was good. Good. Didn't die. And dead. Alright, 2 deaths to Adler. A little bit annoying. Not a whole lot I can do about it. Angry Ankylo. Let's just finish this stupid bishop off. Get it out of the way. And because of the terrain, like, a lot of your units can't move very quickly through this area. So it's very hard to get reinforcements. Like, I feel like this is bad. Like, we've got to get down here, at least to kill the wizard, you know? Wizard's low enough defense, this might work. It was a crit, did pretty well. May's probably dead. Unless I could have healed her, my bad. Okay, good. Let's try to lock Odler down. We got the late... I forgot again. Alright, well, we can do some damage here at least. So let's do it. 39. Ugh, that's not good. Alright, Geralt, come on. You got to do some damage. Yes. Okay, Geralt is fine. What else we got? We can do Apollo 2. That's pretty good. Well, we'll see if he resists fire. He does. He probably does. Maybe, yeah. Alright, May dead. Yeah, like I said. 3 deaths. Ouch. This is not going great. But it's basically over now because he just had 2 turns in a row. And I think we can finish him. But yeah, this kind of sucked. Did not go according to plan. I thought I was being careful, moving up kind of smart. But he's always out of range of my big damage dealers. And yeah, it's kind of brutal. We'll see if this does a little bit more damage. 50. Yeah, I bet you he just resists all the elements. Alright. A real Zinc attack? There you go. Not bad, not bad. Alright, Geralt can probably finish him. So Geralt, probably the MVP for physical damage. He is very strong with his new weapon. Alright, well, that's a win. But we get the standard lemon cry after a party. And then he runs away. Alright, we'll deal with him later. So, one big change is, you might remember back in the dwarf cave, back way, way long ago, before Creed's mansion, we did not get a dry stone, which means there's no way to cross this river. That sucks. Anyway, let's go check out this town. Oh, also, there's a thing. This is probably... I left myself some notes. This is my most commonly missed secret item. I never remember to get it. I think it's usually the evil or cursed ranged weapon, like arrow. Today, it's just an elven gauntlet, which sucks, right? That's nothing. Or no, it's maybe it's good. What does it do? Maybe, okay, I don't even know. I've never seen it before. It's a May only equipment. I've never had this before. What does it do? 35 attack. So we drop a movement, but that is a huge attack boost. Alright, cool. So May gets a unique weapon. I missed that when I did my test run. I did check. I just want to like double check, but I'm pretty sure when we were here the first time, I picked up the. Oh, you can't get back in. The chirrup sandal drop, right? I'm pretty sure I got that the first time I was here. I thought you could go back and check it. Anyway, welcome back to one of those old castles with names I can't remember. I don't think there's a whole lot to do other than that one specific, easily missed item and some new shopping. Because, yes, they sell a lot of stuff. And they sell, I think, all of the mithril weapons without needing mithril, plus even more stuff. So I will explain what the new stuff is. There's not too many new ones, but I will go over them. And effectively now you're just limited by money, no longer limited by mithril. So I spent all my mithril, but I could buy more of this stuff if I wanted. I will come back to that in a minute. We could, same accessories. I should check the deals just in case. It's been a while. We sold that. This is all normal stuff that I sold. I don't think there's anything actually new, so that's fine. This is right, because there's a fight when we leave town, when we go south, so that's fine. And usually there's a lemon that jumped in a hole, but today it's an odd guy that jumped in a hole. There is a treasury, right? Yeah. Okay, 1 Mitula shield and 1 soul ring. I don't even know what the soul ring does. I don't think I used it once in my test run. At the end of the game here, I just got so caught up because there's so much stuff you can do. Let's see here. Mitula's shield, I think I talked about because it was one of the mithril items. It's plus 50 defense, right? So someone who has nothing gets plus 50 defense. So I don't know who we're going to give it to, but that's a lot. It doesn't do anything except give you 50 defense. Or actually, no, I think it also gives you some regeneration, actually. So a ton of defense and some regen. Pretty good. The other thing we picked up was a soul ring, which is as usual for the warlocks. I don't know what it does. It's not a damage one, so it must have a spell, and we'll figure it out. Okay, we're 30 minutes in, approximately. Let's see. So what's new? I don't think there was Master Amulets last time, but I'm just going to pull up my spreadsheet because I can just real quickly explain what these do. Because sometimes you can't tell till you buy them, right? Master Amulet is... We've got a couple. 20 attack, 1 movement. Fairy Pin was in the Mithril one. 15 attack, 15 defense. A total of 30 stats is the standard. Although movement might count for 10. The Master Armlet's the one with 20 attack and 10 agility, so that sucks. There is a running ring that you can buy an infinite number of. So you could give everyone a running ring, move, and then switch to your other accessories. It's pretty good. Combat ring. 20 defense. Okay, so this is your straight upgrade for people like... I should go resurrect everyone too. For people that have been using the Vital Cape, which I think was just 10 defense and 1 movement. This is pretty straight up, just a flat upgrade to them, basically. So, I do need to repair. Oh, that's a good catch. You can't see the break from the screen. It's Luke. So, there we go. That's the only one that's broken, I believe. And I am going to go resurrect everyone while I said it out loud, because chances of me forgetting are pretty high today, I think. So let's get that done. And then I'll finish going through the items. We do have lots of money, so easy enough. And I will save here so that if we egress, we don't go too far back. Okay. I don't think there's any secret items in the castle. There's a few more at the next town. Okay, so let's finish shopping. Dark Ring, I think, is new. And it is very similar to the Fairy Pin, which was 15 attack and 15 defense. The difference here is 18 attack and 12 defense. So it still adds up to 30, but it's a little bit more focused on attack than defense. It's kind of like one of those... I think someone still got one, actually. The Elven Armlet, which is way different than the Elven Gauntlet. But yeah, the Elven Armlet was kind of a mix attack, defense, and something like that. So there's a lot of options with accessories. Then you've got Power Ring and Protect Ring. Now, I don't think they cast attack and boost anymore, but I'll have to double check. But they do give 30 attack and 30 defense. So this might be, other than like unique accessories and Mitula's Shield. Actually, yeah, Mitula's Shield's just very expensive, but 50 is certainly better than 30. So they're there if you just want to focus on one thing and not have any movement or anything extra. Which, if you know, you could Running Ring plus Power Ring. Nothing against that. We've already seen these two. We've seen Callus Vols, Levanters, Trident. Gungnir is new. Let me just scroll down to give you any new details. This was not a... Maybe a mist. I don't know if it was missed or what the deal is, but I don't think I saw it for sale at the Dwarven Blacksmith. So this is... Well... I'll give it to Tamar. Oh, right, she's got too much stuff. I will give it to Karna and then move it over. And then I can show you what stats it does. So you can move it over from the screen. I don't know what Tamar's going to use. I'll probably end up just giving her the defense plus 1 movement item. But now she's got all 3 of the sort of endgame mithril here. We've got the range 3 spear that does a little bit less damage. The range 2 spear that can cast... Neptune, and another range 2 spear that gives 10 bonus defense. So yeah, Gungnir, I don't think it's anything special except the 10 defense, which means it's the one you might want to leave equipped by default. And if you stack that with something else, she starts to get a reasonable amount of defense. And I am gonna while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to buy her that combat ring. So I could have given her more defense, right, by going Mitchula Shield or the Protect Ring, but I don't know. Movement's really good, so it's a bit hard to say what's the better choice. But, you know, people dying is also not a good thing. You can't do damage when you're dead. So anyway, that was new. Wind we've seen, Earth we've seen, Arcane Scepter we've seen. I just didn't buy any, but they're just MP regeneration, which is not that important. The Jizzarm we've got, and a Massa we do not got, so I will buy one. And it's only for ninjas and birds. That's a surprise. The Masamune, the Masamune, the best Massa. I'm just looking it up in my list here. It is another healing style. So it's a castable sword, basically. We don't necessarily want to equip it. It does the same damage as the Gizarm, although I have not tested them all out to equip them and wait a couple turns to see if they regen HP or MP, because it is possible if you take damage or cast a spell, they have hidden regeneration effects that I haven't noticed because, well, it's kind of hard to test it all out. Not impossible, but yeah, I may have missed some details like that. Let's keep going, though. That's most of it. Holy Ring, Chaos Ring, and we have the one Soul Ring that we can't make more of. All right. So we want to replace... I don't think there's any reason to hold on to the old Life Ring on Sumina. Right. We can actually... It's kind of annoying you can't get rid of these. They're just going to stick in someone's inventory forever. But yeah, the Holy Ring gives you aura, so that's better than heal 1, right? And then we should also give her the Chaos Ring, even if we don't attack with her, but just so she can cast attack up, which is real good. And at the same time, she's the kind of person that should probably have the upgraded... there's quite a few people that need this combat ring, basically. And that just gives them an extra, 10 more defense than they used to have. So that puts Sumina in a pretty good spot. Fairy, Holy, Chaos. But we did get a new one that I do need to test out that someone's got a Soul Ring. Where did it go? There it is. No, that was the Life Ring. Where's... I have to test it out because I actually don't know what it does. Those look very similar, where the heck did it go? Oh, Terra's got it. That was probably a mistake. Right, because I gave it to someone who could equip it, but it was not someone in the party. I guess Sumina gets aura already, so she can cast aura, right? If I remember correctly. Yes. So she doesn't need the Holy Ring or the Heal Ring as much as the other warlocks. Like, if you were bringing Terra, who does not get aura, you definitely want her to have the Holy Ring if you're using her for sure. So the freeness is great, but I want to see what Soul Ring does because I don't know yet. All right, is that everything new? Other than that, it's just optimizing. You could give MP regen to your wizards and clerics, I think, only. Clerics and wizards. But then you'd have to drop off a usable rod, and I kind of like my free spells. So, it depends on how you want to play. If you want to cast spells with MP and then regenerate them, that's good. There's not much I would change. I could, there's some usable items that I didn't buy. So, Elric's got a magic arrow, but May does not. If you've got the money, basically, is what I'm trying to get to. Having a not equipped but usable item as a backup is certainly not a bad strategy. That's the 2 archers with both of theirs. I think I've got a Levanter on blue, but we could also give one to either Luke or Screech or Lemon. I think Luke could use another option, and he doesn't really need the healing drop because Angelic Sword can heal anyway. So we're optimizing pretty hard right now. I could also give him regeneration, but his Engulf Sword does a lot more damage. So that's the one you want him to be equipped with, is the unique Sky Warrior Sword. Swords, spears, we're only using one spear wielder, right? We're not using Chester. We're using... Oh, technically you could give a spear to Celeste, but she's better off with rings, I'm pretty confident. We've got Timar. I'm not using Higgins or Jarrow. So yeah, I kind of want to keep one of them. So Timar's probably the one we're going to stick with. And she's got the 3 unique spears. Staffs we've done. Scepter I skipped because I can just use fairy rings. We've got... I could give the Massa to someone else too, oddly enough. I think it works out to be very similar to the Angelic Sword in the fact that it can heal. I don't know the difference. They might be different spells. Angelic Sword has a range 1, but like full heal. I think the Massa might be a range 3, but not full heal. So it's just slightly different how you want to, if you're trying to optimize. But that's it. That's all the items. The only other thing would be the accessories. We've looked at all the weapons. So all we need to do left here is to just have a quick scan. You know, are we happy with the accessories we're using? Auracite seems pretty good. It is worth 17 attack and 20 defense, which is over 30, which is more than you'll get from most of the other equipment. It just doesn't give him movement, which is fine. Blue should probably stay back anyway. We've got the combat ring. I should give Kazan a combat ring. Geralt is fine. Actually, no, Titan ring is out of date. Now we could go with the protect ring or Mitchell's shield. He's already pretty good on defense. I could just give him more movement. Yeah, you know, I feel like just the way I tend to play a little bit quick, fast, and loose, having more movement just is, and especially not having to like change accessories mid-turns, I think is worth it for me to not mess with. You could give Geralt more defense, but having more movement just, I think, is maybe worth it for me. Okay, so that's up to date. Like I've said before, the Archer's Hairpin is not the best accessory. I think the Power Ring would actually be better. So I will buy one for him. I don't think anyone else is going to have a Power Ring, so this also gives me another chance to double check if you can cast attack up with it. If we look at it, you certainly don't get any defense. But 30 attack is no joke. And he's already like one of our best range damage dealers, so that's cool. Okay, we got the Titan's ring, so once again, that is out of date. I'm gonna give Luke Mitchell's shield. He's pretty frail, maybe the frailest single range character we've got. And someone needs to use this plus 50 monstrosity. So it's gonna be Luke. And that will give him passable defense. Not even good, just passable. Anybody else? Celeste, I should upgrade. May's got her unique one. We just found we've got the combat ring. That might be everybody. Just one more person, I guess. Oh no, and Slade. Alright, so we're gonna... Slade is the only one right now that I'm switching back and forth, and I forget all the time. Just like, well, I suppose Zinc has to switch back and forth too. Okay, so Slade, we're buying a Protect Ring or something. And there's one more. I feel, yeah, this one. Okay. Now, I didn't buy any running rings, which is kind of weird. You know, Mitchell's shield is not here. Maybe you have to use... I think I said this shop has all the Mithril gear. It doesn't have Mitchell's shield, which I think was Mithril. So maybe you want to save a couple of mithrils for that. If there is anything else that was on the Dwarven Blacksmith list, but not this shop list, then it is, like, limited by the amount of mithril you have. And if you waste it on stuff you can buy later, like, you know, most of these things, that might be a mistake. Okay, give her a little bit more defense. Now, I didn't buy a protect ring. No, did I? I did. That's right. So I got, I think, almost one of it. One of the things I've been trying to do is get, like, one of everything-ish. So Slade can go between... Maybe he should, the one should have the Mitchell shield, actually. Actually, I think his defense is about the same as Luke, so it's just whoever you want. Whoever you want to keep alive a little bit better. They're probably both 80s or so. Yeah, so he'll have the option to swap. Combat rings are good. I think combat rings are really good. 20 defense and 1 movement. But yeah, I didn't buy any running rings. So is there anyone that has, like, an extra accessory? Any inventory space at all left? Blue does, but not for long. He's going to get a new sword pretty soon. I'm going to check. I don't know if I've talked about it very much, but for the most part... Am I just blind? I just keep cursing. Zinc can't equip almost any accessory. He can, oddly enough, equip the aura sight, but it still just replaces the old circuit anyway, so it's not actually good. I was just curious if there's anything we could do with him, but I don't think... Yeah, he doesn't use any weapons, and I don't think there's any... I mean, maybe there's a secret somewhere where he gets a better upgrade than an old circuit becomes a better circuit. But I haven't seen it yet, anyway. But yeah, I feel like we should have a running ring for someone. It's so good, but... I guess May could drop her healing drop, but... If no one else can carry it, I guess... Gerhalt has the space. Yeah, we'll give it to Gerhalt. I think Gerhalt will get more value out of the potential ability to move further than most people. And I just want to check if you can cast anything with it. I doubt it. But yeah, I'm trying to buy one of each if possible. I feel a bit bad I'm not using any of the glove warriors, but they're all pretty bad. But, you know, we've got a couple archers, a couple swords, 1 spear, a couple staves. We've got the ninja. We've got a couple people with rings. I like to try to give, like, a good overview of all the different classes if possible. Anyway, that's enough messing around. Let's see if we can do one more fight for today's episode. It'll be a bit long, but I feel like I wasted a lot of time just chatting with you guys and equipping stuff, so. You guys deserve one more battle. Because Geshp, final battle. And there's a lot of Geshps. So, this is a fun fight. This is definitely different than vanilla. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but maybe you remember some of the enemies in this fight in vanilla. Because there's a specific thing that happens, you know, with different monsters here, but we'll see. I don't know. What should we just run down there and start blasting them? This is terrible strategy. This is the opposite of good strategy. They even resist blast mostly. But you may have noticed that, like, some of them have 300 hit points. Some of them only have 200 hit points. I wonder what that means. Some of them are a little different than the others. What have you got? You can summon Neptune. We can double check if Gugnir does anything, which probably doesn't, other than the defense. I'm gonna put Tamar over here and just summon some water gods. 30 damage and smoke immediately. Yeah, classic. So probably what's gonna happen is as soon as these guys get a turn, they're just gonna start killing people because they have really high spells, right? How much? Yeah, they've all got freeze 4 theoretically. So look forward to that anytime now. We could keep Celeste back and use that holy ring to heal Zinc from far away, and maybe that'll keep him alive. How much attack do they have? Tons. I really probably should have focused more on putting some, you know, buffs and stuff on. I got a little bit excited to just rush down there and start doing damage, but it's probably not smart. Okay, Slade. The Massa, it's a range 3 single target heal. So maybe it's like heal 4? I don't know. 77 is nothing too crazy. We definitely need to keep Blue a little bit more back than the rest because, you know, if he gets focused down, he could probably be killed by 2 freeze 4s and that'd be game over, so. If anyone has to stay back, it's him. Look at the movement on Geralt. It's so stupid. It's just 10 move, whatever. I think that's just the max. Is that the cap? It's +3. Oh, maybe that's not the cap. I don't know, but whatever. It's ridiculous. There's no need to move and keep it equipped, so you really can just game the system by moving super far and then switching it off. Even if you couldn't stand here normally, it doesn't matter. So 200 damage. That's great. I mean, it's silly. It's just silly. Okay, double check the power ring. Yeah, you can't use it. That's fine. I didn't expect you. Maybe he'll get a double crit here. I don't know. We'll also double check. So the Elven Gauntlets doesn't do anything. I wasn't sure, but maybe we could get a kill here. We're trying to keep in, you know, zigzag formation so that we don't get quite as blasted down. But I'm really trying to kill a couple of these guys before they all get their turn. Any second now, basically. Soul Ring, right? What is that? It looks like it attacks enemies. It might be our first offensive ring attack, actually, which I should definitely learn what it can do. Is anyone hurt? Anybody? I guess we've only been taking counterattacks, so no. Boosted some people. I have a feeling it doesn't really matter if I boost people right now. They're just gonna probably die. But what else can we do with Sumina here? So we'll give someone some extra attack. All right, they start to explode. Yeah, that was the surprise. All right, there's our first freeze. Targeted our healer. Physical attack on Elric. Should slow it down a little bit. Don't want to skip all this. I mean, Elric's dead. We knew someone was going to die, though, so I don't really know if we could have... I mean, maybe it's possible, but I think it would have been very difficult to not have any losses to the round of all Geshps. Because all they have to do is cast Freeze 4 on the same person twice, and they're dead. Like, no one can survive double Freeze 4. And I don't think there's any way to prevent it. So that might be all of them. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. But they are grouped up for some spells. Like Blast 4. I mean, it's not the best damage dealing spell, but I can hit 5 targets. So, I got to do it. Well, I say that. I kind of regret it now. 20 damage each. Sure, it hit them all, but the ones that are not resistant to it maybe can't attack anyway. I almost killed May. Oh, well. It did do a lot of friendly fire to the Geshps, though, so like... Oh, now they're respawning. It's even worse. So yeah, the ones with 200 hit points are actually bombs, which are rocks or something. I forget the name of the enemy normally, but yeah, they're just bombs. And we're gonna move Sarah a little bit out of the way, and it's time to just heal people, I think. So only one of our characters died, which is actually pretty lucky. And we've managed to boost or attack up on Tamar. So the ones with 200 hit points, we maybe just want to keep away from those guys and try to focus down the ones with 300, which I think are the only ones that actually attack or cast magic. So let's see how we do here now. That's a... Well, it is a nice amount of damage. We could do a big bolt. I mean... I could hit fire again. Look, it's not smart, but it's fun. It still does no damage. I thought at least lightning might work on them, but not even. Okay, well, it's time for Slade to just start going after the full HP ones and hoping for a Jizarm kill, basically. Come on, Slade. Nope. It's possible those guys are immune to that, actually. I don't know. There, we got one with a crit. Whew! 165 damage. I mean, we just saw a 200 with Geralt, but still, that's pretty awesome. So speaking of girls, so that one's a bomb. That one's almost dead. That one's at 200. I think it was a crit, but maybe we could do another 200 damage? Or a double? No, just a counter. Oh, well. Alright, I would like to finish some of these casters off. Now that we know how to tell the difference, right? And 150 HP is a lot, so let's throw out a big old Atlas level 2. I don't think he can resist this. Yeah. Get out of here. That's why Atlas is the best spell. Doesn't matter if you resist fire, lightning, air, and earth. You don't resist getting punched in the face. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Just cutting them down. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Not bomb. Not bomb. Bomb. Not bomb. So the next one, maybe one of those two. Or one of the ones on this side. Let's try to focus these guys down if we can. I don't know if we'll kill much more this turn, but we got 2 of them. Probably not much Sumina can do from way over there. I mean, we can put some damage on them and they might explode, but... Oh, no, she can get this one. Oh, right. Because she's got fire magic, she needs to get very close to get a raise off, which is probably non-elemental. We could try this. Let's see what Soul Ring does. I actually don't know, so let's see. Interesting. I have no idea what spell that is. It looks like D-Soul. You know, Soul, D-Soul, haha. But it was a big AoE. It did 28 damage to that one. But, this one was a bomb. So I guess it must be affected by some sort of magic resistance. So probably 70 damage by default, which is pretty good. And then about half damage to this guy. Alright. Interesting. I don't expect that D-Soul works, but it would be great if it did. So we'll at least try it once. It's probably a waste of a turn, but... yeah. Okay. Explodes, good. Well, goodbye, May. They killed my 2 archers. Freeze 4 is brutal. And the ones that explode just move around. Yeah, that's it. If you just ignore them, nothing really happens. So we still have to kill that one, that one, that one, and so it's just 3 left. Yeah. The 2 to the left, bottom left, the 1 in the bottom right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of how this fight goes. It's a cool fight. I'm pretty happy with this one. Again, you have to accept that you're going to have some losses and not get too salty about it. Because I don't think there's really much of a way to stop. But I think we can win this round. Maybe. Pretty good hit. And they give you XP. That's nice. So yeah, attacking with magic isn't super useful. I'm going to try Slade again on one of the full HP ones. Because maybe he gets a one-shot kill. This guy's at full, so you never know. He still did a ton of damage. Okay, Atlas we know is the real trick. This is why I feel bad for not bringing Nadra, because she has Atlas as well. And we know how awesome that spell is. So this guy's almost Atlasable, so we'll target him. It's such a good spell. 174 damage. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we got this. We got all the ones that count anyway. I'm pretty confident here. And that was the actual one that counted. So if you've played this before, you probably could remember which one I just killed and where he starts, and just kill him and it's game over. So there is just one real one, and then a bunch of explosive fakes and a bunch of shadow clones that could do the same thing he can do. But, you know, we got him on the second last, but we were definitely going to win that round no matter what, because the other potential real Geshp was already mostly dead anyway, and we had a couple more attacks, so. Alright, well, good fight. And we're at about an hour, so there's not too much time left. Guess we try to let live, I suppose, for some reason, but, you know, devil's gonna be devils. There's a couple things to loot. This is a pretty easily missable item. If you don't do it soon, you can't get this one. This is usually the devil axe, but we get a carbon shield, which is trash. I will give it to the only person that can equip it. Road. It gives him 30 defense, just like a protect ring. It might do something else, I don't know. We'll probably never know. Oh, sorry, 35 defense. It's slightly better than a protect ring and worse than Mitula shield. Maybe it has some extra effect in battle, who knows. Oops, this is not where I wanted to go. Dang it. We're gonna egress out of here. Oh, does this mess it up? Can I not? Oh no. Do I have to do this fight now? Can we actually get to the town? Shoot. I may have messed something up by moving too far south. I was just meaning to go up to the town because there's 2 more people to recruit. And I don't know if we can now that we've triggered the fight, actually. But I certainly didn't mean to trigger that. Alright, let's find out if I've totally messed it up or not. I mean, it's fine. We can just win the fight and then do it after. But that was not my intention. No, we're good. We just need to not go too far south here. Okay. So, yeah, we'll do this quick for the end of the episode because this won't take very long. You know, he's just going to pretend to kill himself. This town is also in hiding, so there's nobody here. There is like a very minor puzzle that someone tells you about this piano, so you play it. It's no big deal. And then you go to the church, and you find that they've all been hiding. Everyone's got an underground, hidden town, basically. And that doesn't look like, whatever, Chad. Doesn't look like Chad. Looks like the usual sorcerer, Taya. So she joins after all. But I think she's just a wizard rather than a sorcerer. Again, there's lots of story going on, you know. No, I can't imagine anyone uses Chaz in the original game. He's a wizard that joins at the end with basically no spells. Only a few fights left in the game, and he doesn't have any actually good spells. And you have to grind him like crazy to get anything worth using. But there are secrets. So, Hand of God sounds pretty good. Usually cursed, but not today. No cursed weapons, by the way. Only for ballers, not for master monks. So, you have to use one of the brawlers. What does it do? Well, it's a lot of attack. 60 attack is a lot, because the other fists are 45. But I don't know. I don't use them, so I don't really know if it's any good. Alright, so the final wizard joins. And I'll show her stats off real quick. She also only level 28. So she is our bolt caster. Unlike Chaz, who pretends to be the bolt caster, but doesn't learn bolt 4 until like level 40 or something. Which you'll never get. She actually does have bolt, and I'm pretty sure we'll learn bolt 4 before the end of the game. Neptune is fine. Demon is fine. Boost is pretty good. Bolt is good, just expensive. I don't know what Light of Hope does. I'll have to test that out. I don't know. I don't know how to compare her stats. She's just another wizard, right? She can use rods, so that's cool. Is she better than my wizard that I've been using? Freeze 4, attack, Atlas. Atlas is better. They both get demon. Attack versus boost, you know, your preference. Freeze versus bolt. Maybe freeze is better. I don't know. It's hard to say. So let's do a little bit of looting. Mist Javelin, there's another good one. So this is another unique weapon. Usually just one of the better paladin weapons, but Chester can equip it anyway, so Red Knights do not apply. It is only for Pegasus Knights. And Megases, because why not? But we're using Tamari, so I think it's kind of equivalent to Luke's, or you know, the Sky Warrior sword that does a lot of damage. So it's giving Pegasus Knights a little freebie. But now it's getting very hard to pick weapons because Gungnir is good for defense, Goddess Spear is range 3, which is really nice, and the Trident gives her a magic spell. So, what do we give up? I don't know. I'm gonna... And Goddess Spear also gives her aura. So, I don't know. I guess I'll switch off Gungnir. I haven't even really given it a chance. But it does give her 15 more attack power, which is good. And you can still have a longer range, considerably weaker attack if you want. But aura is good. And Trident's... You know, Neptune's pretty good too. So, I don't know. That's a little bit tricky at that point. I'm not sure what the best decision is for Pegasus Knights now. Minor Shop. Just checking for random stuff that I missed. No, it looks good. I think that's all the looting we can do. We can get one more recruit, though, if we try to leave. Get this out of the way. Oddeye, the Gardevoir. Yep. So this guy, maybe we want to have join our team. He can use that Ragnarok. Remember, no one could equip one. We have one of those in our caravan. But he's got Freeze 4, which is good. Laser, which does a ton of damage, killed one of us. Blast. His defense is trash, but you know, actually, he's not that great. 5 movement. Good attack, pretty weak defense. Spells are nice. I guess you can't see it. Can you see it from here? You can't see how much they cost. Oddly enough, you can't see how much MP spells cost from the menu. You have to be in battle. But I think laser is like 30 or 40 MP, so you can't do it very many times. I mean, I'm just probably going to keep the party I've got, but he might have a worthy spot in it. I don't know. It's the same problem I have with Lemon. It's good, but, like, it's so late in the game, I have a hard time switching my party around. I don't think he could use the soldier boots. Yeah, if you could give him +2 movement from those, that would help. I mean, I can give him a running ring, sure, but... Anyway, I've rambled on plenty now. Let's end the episode here. Next time, we'll clear the last of the overworld fights and start the final dungeon. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.